Good evening, everyone. How are you this evening? This is a story about my brother, Shohei, and his Paul. It was his first day at the kindergarten, and it was pouring in the morning. My mom and I took him to this kindergarten. He had no idea what is going to happen. And we actually regret that we didn't introduce him properly to this new environment. So we arrived maybe 15 minutes before the class started. And after we were chatting, he was not playing with other kids, as most kids usually do, because he was a little bit shy, but he didn't know anyone. Although we had some neighbors, little kids, he was not part of the group. This is because the situation where our house was built. So there's a corner of this neighborhood. This side, there are lots of kids, but on this side where my house was, didn't have very many kids. So he didn't get to know any of those younger kids. Well, that's one thing. And on that rainy day, since I was in elementary school, so my school didn't start until the following week. So my mom and I took him to this kindergarten. Since he didn't know what was going on, he didn't play with anyone. He was just trying to chat with us. And when the time came that we have to leave and he had to stay at the school. What? Are you leaving me? No, can I come with you? So he just didn't like it at all. And he found this pole at the corner of the playground. So he clung to this pole and didn't want to move. Well, if you are going, then I'm not allowed to go with you, then I'll just hug this pole. So I don't have to go in the classroom. And as far as I can remember, he was holding and hugging this pole at least 10 minutes. And finally, the teacher, Mrs. Kind, came out of her classroom and started talking to my brother Shohei. But of course, he thought, I don't know, this is a stranger who's trying to talk to me. So Mrs. Kind finally asked us, why don't you leave your son to me? So we had no choice but have to leave. And we were walking toward our home. We heard his crying. It got louder every second. And about 2 blocks, he was still crying. And I bet because I couldn't look him back, because if I were to do that, then he will come after us. But I didn't hear anyone coming after us. And I realized he must have been either still clinging on the pole, or Mrs. Kind must be holding him by his hand. Either way, I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him at all, because then I would have started crying. Actually, I cried, but the rain covered me so nobody would notice. So when I was going home with mom, I realized this is the worst day to him. The sky fell on him. It was that devastating experience. Can you imagine, even an adult, if you go into somewhere where you don't know anyone, now nobody recognized me. You know how devastating that is. It's a scary moment. And he was only 5 years old, and he tried to find out which way to go, what to say, and he could not enjoy it at all. So he just either cry or cling to the pole. So that was his first day experience. And I felt so bad, because as a big sister, I should have done something, introducing him and shared with him what might happen on the first day at school. Because I didn't. I made him cry so badly. Even now, years after, decades after actually, I still feel bad. If we were to share what we did when we went to school, first day, then he might have behaved much better. That is my story, my brother Shohei and his Paul.